Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily transfer update. Big up everyone that's locked in on my channel. Big up everyone over at Chelsea Fan TV, and welcome to another live stream and your daily transfer update, as I said. And there's been not as busy a day as the last couple of days, but there's been stuff going on at Chelsea. We had the news late last night that Mason Mount has indicated that he does not want to sign a new contract to Chelsea, doesn't want to stay at the football club. So a move to Manchester United looks like it's getting closer for him. Chelsea are going to drop their asking price for between 60 to 65 million pounds now that Mount's indicated he does not want to sign a new deal at Chelsea. Chelsea have used the 65 million pounds essentially from Kai Havertz. Obviously, it's not going to be that same 65 million to acquire Strasbourg. Now, some reports was initially saying it was 40%, but now sources are saying that it could be closer to 100%. Of Strasbourg, the club in Liga in France. So expect maybe a few loan moves for certain players out to Strasbourg in France. So yeah, that we got that news there. Obviously, the Premier League have investigated the Saudi situation. That's all fine as well. So everyone that was peddling that conspiracy theory nonsense, I hope Gary Neville is going to issue an apology for the utter bollocks that he was sprouting earlier this week. I'm sure he won't, but that's all been dealt with and put to bed as well. The Saudi deals for those three players, Ziyech, Koulibaly and Mendy, are going to be wrapped up sort of end of this week, early next week. Nicholas Jackson's expected to fly into London on Friday, so tomorrow possibly, to try and wrap up a deal for him. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. Not too much news on incomings. Obviously, Manchester City getting involved in the race for Declan Rice means that Chelsea are going to need to get a little bit of a shift on with Moises Caicedo as well, because, you know, if Arsenal miss out on Rice, they're going to go double hard on Caicedo again. So we really need to get a move on and strike this deal as quickly as possible for Moises Caicedo, so that we don't give Arsenal opportunity to potentially get back in the race if they do miss out on Declan Rice to Manchester City. But yeah, that's pretty much what we've got to go through, guys. Big up everyone in the chat. Let's say hello to a few people. Amram, big up my guy. What we've got here, RD was from before. Mount never been Chelsea level. Madison, Foden, the levels above him in technical attributes. No way he should be earning anywhere near Reece. It could be close to 100%, which would be class. If Mount leaves, we need to bring someone else in to rotate within Kunku. Yep, keep an eye on Gabriel Vega. Contracts are designed to protect both parties involved. It's not up to the player to act on their own accord. If Lukaku doesn't return to Chelsea, he will face legal sanctions. I think he will return. I like Mason Mount at Chelsea, but if he wants to leave, then fuck off. Yeah, agreed on that front for sure. No player over the club. Absolutely no player over the club. Yo, big up. What else have we got here? Snake in the grass. Fuck Chelsea. Brilliant. Yes, big up my guy. Chelsea's new owners have provided detailed information to the Premier League, who are satisfied there is no conflict of interest between PIF and the Chelsea ownership group. Yeah, we'll get into this shortly. Big up. Only waiting for real updates. Yeah, real updates. Yes, big up my guy. What we got here? We don't know what's happened with Mount. We never will, but it's now the end of the story. Yeah, this, mate, end of the road, boys to men, mate. It's done. It's done for Mount and Chelsea for sure. We're built differently, you know. We're doing something right, and everyone's hating us for sure. What else have we got here? Gary Neville needs to stop moaning about what Chelsea are doing. So yeah. Thank you. Hey Nina, hope you're doing all right. Yeah, guys, let's get how about a striker number 9? Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Needs to get Caicedo ASAP, absolutely. What is going on with Jackson? No, relax. You know, Jackson will be done. You know, these things take a little bit of time. People need to realize that transfers, you don't just ring up and be like, yeah, right, I want such and such a player, here's the money, and it's done. Like, it takes longer than that. Transfers can take days, weeks, a number of time, like a long amount of time. So yeah, you know, you can get Jackson will be done. He's already committed to Chelsea. He wants the Chelsea move. We're going to pay the release clause. He should be on a flight to London tomorrow, but not so sure. But yeah, we can relax on that. Mount fucking Snake. I'll get into this shortly. Big up from Serbia. What else we got here? Very silent on Caicedo. Maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, look, too much like constant leaks and stuff coming out. You're just like, oh, I'm sick of this. And then when you don't get much news, it's like, oh, aren't we doing anything? We are doing shit. So yeah, let's keep an eye on this over the coming days. But yeah, now with Rice and City in the equation, we need to get a fucking move on big time. We should sign Szoboszlai. He's a baller. Yeah, Szoboszlai's decent. I do like Szoboszlai. He's class on Football Manager as well for any people that play that. Do you really think letting Kai Havertz leave for Arsenal is a good move? Yep, he's been shit at Chelsea. Newcastle got tonight done in 2 days. We need to be swift. Yeah, about 2 days publicly. Like, you don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. This is what I mean. So, like, when you literally only hear stuff saying it's done, you think, oh, fuck, they've done that in 2 days. They've been working on that behind the scenes for weeks, I would have thought. Villarreal has agreed. Chelsea discussing installments and payment structure. Yep, absolutely. Villarreal has done that. Snake emojis. Yep, great. Mount has not been happy for quite a while. I'm glad he decided to leave rather than stay and be unhappy. Right, let's get into this, people. We might as well start with Mason Mount. Then couldn't possibly talk Chelsea and transfers without talking about Mason Mount. So let's get into it then. So we had this late last night from Fabrizio saying the feeling around Mason Mount and Manchester United is still positive. The player has agreed to 100% on the personal terms. The contracts are ready and done. The Mount camp confirmed to Chelsea again that he's not signing a new deal. This is why Chelsea lowered the price from 70 to 60 to 65 million. The expectation is that United will bid again. Now, depending on what you read, depending on what you believe, Mount has turned down multiple contracts at Chelsea. No denying that. But again, I guess as I tweeted out earlier today, I don't know if we're ever going to really know what the real reasons are for Mason Mount not wanting to stay at Chelsea. There must have been quite a sizable breakdown in communications or something that, he feels is unrecoverable for himself to stay at Chelsea. Look, ultimately for me, it's either he feels that he obviously feels he's been massively disrespected by the club, or he just never loved the club as much as he said he did, and as we believed, because ultimately he doesn't want to be here. Now that's for two reasons only. Either he doesn't like the club, or he doesn't believe in the direction the club's going, doesn't believe in the new owners, and that sort of thing, or he wants a new challenge. I don't really know, but I'm just glad now, one way or another, that we are going to be having this Mason Mount saga is going to draw to an end, because it is. I tell you what, hasn't half been boring. It's been so fucking boring. He's going to sign this, going to sign that. One you got the briefings coming out defending Chelsea, briefings coming out saying, oh, actually it's the club that are the problem and whatnot. So yeah, the Mount situation's been mad, but we're going to get a definitive answer now. Man United, I think, will get the money together. I imagine we could see maybe a 55 plus £5 million, take it to 60 million. I think with 1 year left on the contract, 24 years of age, 60 million quid is pretty good business. Take the money and we move on. Yeah, I think it's a massive shame, and and it could have been a situation that could have been so easily avoided. But ultimately, Mount does not want to be at the football club. And as I've said many times, we do not want players at Chelsea who do not want to be here. It's as simple as that. Bigger players have come and gone from Chelsea. Mata, Hazard, the guys like this. So ultimately, no one's bigger than the club. Yes, I would have liked him to have stayed, but it's clear that he doesn't want to be at the club, doesn't want to sign a new deal, and ultimately, he just doesn't love the club as much as he claimed, or as much as we believe. But yeah, guys, let me get a few more bits in the chat. We should buy Neymar. I absolutely not. Do you think we need to sign some physically stronger players in attack? Possibly. Nick, big up my guy, Sin City, USA. Fuck, is Sin City Las Vegas? Yeah, Sin City's Vegas, isn't it? My US geography, not the best. Pretty sure Sin City's Vegas, but yeah, appreciate it, my guy. Guys, smash the likes. Like Nick said, get the likes up. Yeah, Mount, see you later. Don't forget Neville is a part owner of Salford and they're paying forwards. Yeah, mate. Neville, I like Gary Neville, but he can go fuck himself on this shit that he's been doing. Not gonna lie, I'll be fuming at the board if we miss out on Caicedo, because if we lose out on Caicedo, we have basically lost in a one-horse race. Yeah, look, I think we need to just rein it in a little bit on this, but yeah, absolutely. The urgency now is there. We need to get a move on. We do need to get a move on, because we could easily miss out. We don't want it to become a bidding war. We just want to clearly just get the deal done, one bid, and just move on. I just hope the club has been vindicated with the Mount situation. Everyone was saying that the club has done him dirty, but it should be clear that they've done everything they could to keep him. Yeah, as I said, I just don't know if we're ever going to find out what the real situation ever was. United won't get Rice. I'm pretty confident on that. If you've got City or United on the table, you go to City all day long. What do you think about Szoboszlai? I like Szoboszlai. He's had a decent season in the Bundesliga with Leipzig. I think he's going to stay, though. That's kind of the noise coming out of Germany. I think he's going to stay. Mount doesn't want to stay because he's not what many think he is. The pro Chelsea nonsense. I don't know why he doesn't want to stay. Is he up for the fight? That's the thing. But ultimately, if players are jumping ship at the first time of things being tough, then they're not the right characters to have around the place. Anyway, so yeah. End of the day, mate, we just have to accept that it is what it is. He's going to leave. He wants to leave. He doesn't want to be at the club now. Whatever those reasons are, let's wait and find out. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have an end to the saga. I'm also from Pompey, so it's even funnier. Mate, do you ever see him round Pompey? What else we got here? I'll take something like Wirtz. About sort of PTSD of Havertz in Florian Wirtz. Is there a new Pice tweet? Let's have a quick look. There's been a new Pice tweet. Oh, Blueco's goal, supported by the Clear Lake Fund, is to invest at the first team or academy level in a financially sound club with high growth potential. With these new, Strasbourg hopes to stabilise between 4th and 8th place in Liga. Fair. Yeah, that's a bit of a Strasbourg update. We'll get into that ever so shortly. What else have we got cracking in the chat here? Listening to you while playing FIFA 23 career mode. You should see my team. Yeah. Do you know what? I haven't owned a console for a long time. I used to spend way too much time on it, and now I don't even have one at all. So, yeah, more of a football manager guy myself. I sort of more like the management side of things rather than the playing. But yeah, I'm sure it's a cracking team. He's not proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea, by the way, I think it's just this thing that we've just made up. Like, what is proper Chelsea? Like, I don't know if anyone can actually define it. Yeah, I thought that was the case. Get Caicedo and Paulinho or Onana ASAP. We should stop sleepwalking to mediocrity. No, we're not sleepwalking. The main thing was getting these guys out the club, and now we've done that, or very close to doing it. Now we can focus fully on those incoming. Starting to lose faith on Caicedo. We're taking too long. Same thing happening to Arsenal and Rice. No, I don't think so. I mean, I can't say for definite, but I don't think so. We're getting Rice, Mason Mount his key role. No, I don't, mate. Rashi Tone, you're not going to get Declan Rice as well. If you've got a choice between City and United, you go to City every day of the week and twice on a fucking Sunday. So Paulinho will be expensive. Yeah, he will be. After a couple more sales and buying another DM, I think we should at least inquire about. There's no point. Mbappe and Real Madrid is happening. That's the only place he's going to go. Mount, Rice, and Shaw are best friends. Caicedo and Onana will be better. Maybe. Let's see what happens on that. Big up, my guy. The reason why Matt wants to leave Chelsea is because he doesn't want to lose his Pepsi sponsor. I'm pretty sure it's not because he doesn't want to lose his Pepsi sponsor. Hope Mount fails miserably next season. I wouldn't mind an injury to him by Reece. Right, okay. Mount's protection is gone. Many United fans will be on his neck if he doesn't perform, for sure. Mount wants out because he's not an automatic starter anymore now that Nkunku is in. But Mount wasn't really an automatic starter last season anyway either. Yes, he was injured for a large amount of time, but he wasn't an automatic starter. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the reasons are. What do I think of the protesting from Strasbourg fans? Slightly odd. It's going to be of a massive benefit to them, so I'm not really sure what they're annoyed about. It would be funny if Arsenal missed out on Rice and Caicedo. Yeah, I'll be fully here for it, for those mugs to be mudded. United are not paying 60 plus million for Mount. No, but there's 60 million all in. They might, 55 plus 5. I think Chelsea would take that. Proper Chelsea's minerals talk. Yeah, it's utter bollocks. Ten Hag will unlock Mount. I watched his highlights. He created so many chances, but Mount's been good for the last 2 years. Absolutely. This season he's been poor. I would keep him because I think he's a very good player, but obviously he doesn't want to be here. So that's the end of it. Mount doesn't want to be a squad player, which is why he's leaving with the arrival of Nkunku. But Mount probably would have played 8 anyway. Mason's a traitor, the captain who never was. They can protest all they want. It's already been done. Yeah, it's done. Costa, Mamadashvili, or Manyan. Manyan all day for me. Where is Green Turf always defending academy products? I don't really understand that. I think we might lose out on Caicedo dragging its feet a bit. No, it's not dragging its feet at all. Like, people need to realise that transfers take a long time. This is a lot of money. These are multi-million pound deals, and these things take time. There's a lot of things that have got to be boxed off, ticked off, all agreed to. Multiple parties have got to all agree on certain things. So yeah, it is tough. Werner, no, absolutely not. Would you take Livakovic? Maybe. I don't know. I just feel that if Livakovic was as good as everyone makes out he would be, he wouldn't still be playing in the Serbian Premier League, the Croatian Premier League even. Yeah, I would take Diogo Costa, but again, I think he's got a £65 million release clause, which is pretty expensive. I think this is what might happen. Rice goes City and Caicedo goes Chelsea. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Official statement, Strasbourg. Right, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, this is a good point now. Now that the multi-club model's up in full swing, people, we've now got somewhere to send our players on loan and a decent standard as well. I would imagine we have to close all these outgoings first before Caicedo, possibly. Mignon is spelled Mignon. Mignon. Mike Mignon. Fair enough. Yeah, my French obviously is not the best. Makelele, Kante, Lampard, Wise, real Chelsea midfield legends, and proper Chelsea. Bye Money Mace. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Thing is, I don't even think it's going for money because reportedly the contract on the table from United is worth 200 grand a week, which is pretty similar to what Chelsea I had offered him anyway. But yeah, just to kind of round out on Mason Mount, it does look like that he will be leaving the club. Man United, I think, will be encouraged by that. A third bid will definitely go in. They're keen to get him. He wants to move. So yeah, it looks like we'll finally have the curtain. The curtain will fall on this saga, and we can move on from it, and we can just move on to better things now. So yeah, it looks like Mason Mount will be going to Manchester United. I think it's just a waiting game now. He doesn't want to be at the club, which did surprise me. I don't know if we're ever going to really know what's happened, but yeah. It is what it is. So there we go. Matt doesn't want to be at the club, and that's that. So let's have a look what's going on here, people. What else have we got going on? I'll move on shortly. Players I think we need now: Caicedo, Vlahovic, Vega, and new goalkeeper. I mean, Mignon's not going to happen, but Vlahovic, Caicedo, and Vega could absolutely happen. I feel like we should hijack LFC deals with Kone and Thuram. No, we definitely need Caicedo. Yeah, he doesn't want to go to Saudi. Maybe I've seen that apparently Koulibaly is working on him. Maybe. Yeah, guys, get it to 50 likes on Chelsea Fan TV, people, and also bang up the likes on my channel as well. Let's try and get myself to 50 likes as well. Let's get both channels to at least 50 likes, absolute minimum, guys. So yeah, keep smashing that like button and subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already, guys. Great work on Badia Shil and Noni by our scouts. We should get more of these signings at the club. Big money signings always find a way to flop at the club. Yeah, I agree. The big money signings, whilst they all seem great, the reality of the situation is that, more often than not, we have more success with the cheaper signings. We're sleeping on Caicedo. We have enough money now to buy Caicedo. No excuse. Just get it done by this weekend. I think a bid will certainly go in. We're light years away. Can't we only loan out 5 players at a time? I'm not sure what the tightened up loan rules are, but expect a lot of players to go. Expect at least a few players to go on loan to Strasbourg next season for sure. Don't waste your valuable time speaking about rats. Even Hazard didn't push to drop the price for Real, but this clown is pushing. Chelsea will win the league next season. Mate, I'd love that, but I mean, I massively disagree. People don't be worried about the Caicedo deal. No, I agree on that as well. Maybe send big crybaby Lukaku to Strasbourg. Yeah, we could send Lukaku to Strasbourg as well. How much are we going to get for Mount then? I don't know, but I would suspect that a deal of £50 million plus a 55 plus 5 add-ons to take it to 60 would probably be accepted by Chelsea. How long do you think it will take Chelsea to be what Man City is right now? I think it's going to take us 2/3 years to even challenge, if we're being realistic. I'm not sure. I don't know if they are. RD, what we got there? Vlahovic or Højlund will take Vlahovic. Fabrizio post for Lukaku. Right, I'll get into that stuff shortly, people. Right, let's move on to the multi-club model stuff then. So obviously, had the news come out today that Chelsea... Here we go. Chelsea have kicked off their multi-club project by agreeing to buy a majority stake in Strasbourg. It's close to 100% stake in the French side. The size of the stake is unknown, but it's understood Chelsea will have close to 100%, with a deal expected to be announced on Friday. Reporters in France have claimed that Chelsea are paying 75 million euros for their share. So 65 million pounds. Essentially, Arsenal bought Kai Havertz. We're going to buy a whole fucking club. Levels to the game. That's where we're at. But we've obviously got the multi-club model up and running, which I think is a massive plus, given that, it can be hard sometimes to find places to, So this is it. This is the statement from Strasbourg themselves. The shareholders of Racing, should I say, French club de Strasbourg, today announced an agreement with Blue Co, the consortium which purchased Chelsea FC in May 2022. It's an honour for us to be part of this historic club. We're committed to preserving the heritage of Racing and are focused on working closely with Mark and his management team to continue the excellent work they have been doing. This strategic investment would further our presence in European football alongside our ownership of Chelsea. We believe it would create huge opportunities to share knowledge and expertise. So that is confirmed by Strasbourg. Chelsea have purchased 100% stake in Strasbourg. There we go. So that is officially done now. The multi-club structure is in place. So that's really good news. Really good news for Chelsea. And guys, what are your thoughts on it? Apparently, next we're gonna move on to looking at Rio Ave in Portugal. So this is now fully up and running, which is fantastic for us. It's somewhere to send players on loan, and again, it's somewhere where if Strasbourg have any decent players or develop some players that look like could be really good, then then we've got opportunities to sign those players as well. I think in essence, so I'm not an absolute expert on this, but what I would be saying is that basically for Chelsea, it means it's somewhere for us to send players on loan, pick good players from Strasbourg. Strasbourg are top division in France. And yeah, I think it's exciting. It's a good partnership. What have we got here? We will be spending at least 800 million overall. I'm expected to challenge for the title. We can't have this mentality about top four after spending all that money. You can expect a challenge. That's fine, bro. But we are not in a position to be challenging for the title right now. It's as simple as that. Is this new Mount news? Is it? I've not really seen any new Mount news, but yeah. No, I don't think there's any new Mount news at the moment. I think it must have been from before. But yeah. Anyway, this Strasbourg thing I think is going to be really good. What we've got here, mate, thanks for the streams, appreciate it, especially the content you made during the game days, both home and away. I'm an international fan and can't come to games. No, I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. No, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you like it. That's what it's all about. I do it because I enjoy it, but I also do it because it's great to give people an insight that can't get to the games or live abroad or whatever it may be. Do you see Mudryk being next Hazard in few seasons? I think we need to stop comparing like this, but I absolutely think it can make a big impact. What does this mean for Chelsea? I've kind of addressed that. It just means that we've got another club to the portfolio. It means that we can kind of send players on loan there. We can obviously have kind of almost first dibs, I'd imagine, on any decent Strasbourg players, and it's a way of expanding our portfolio and our presence around the world, I guess. I think Caicedo would be next to impossible. If Arsenal go back in for him, Brighton will try to drag this out as long as they can. Tell them to do one and go all out for Tchouameni. Tchouameni's not going to leave Real Madrid. No chance. If Chelsea wants to challenge Man City for the Premier League, we need senior leaders and we need a much better transfer window, a good signings to be made. Plus, we need consistency, which we lack at times. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time, 2 to 3 years. I would imagine on that front, but who knows? You just never know in football. You never know. Do I think Chalobah should go or stay? I think he should stay personally, but I could quite easily see him going personally. But I'd let him stay. What happens if Strasbourg starts doing better than Chelsea? Well, what are you quantifying that on? What, getting in Champions League and us not? I don't know. Strasbourg aren't going to do better than Chelsea. Probably late on the Caicedo talk, but don't understand our fans bantering Arsenal for potentially missing out on Rice when we need them to sign Rice, which means us having a free run at Caicedo. No, I've indulged in the banter. But yeah, look, ultimately, I'd still back us over Arsenal. I think Caicedo wants the Chelsea move. He's more than happy the Chelsea move. So I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, what you've got to realise is that it's going to be down to the player. We can bid all the money we want, offer whatever wages we want, but you have to get the players buy-in. If you don't get the player buy-in, then you're fucked. That's the reality of the situation. You have to have buy-in from the player side. And look, I was going to be slightly biased, but I do think that Chelsea is more attractive than Arsenal. Caicedo wants the Chelsea move. It's just about agreeing a fee with Brighton now. So let's see what we can do. Hope Chelsea got new sponsors. Yeah, we definitely will do. Is it true we're waiting until July to make signings? New financial year? That could be quite possible. Again, I'm not a football finance expert, but that could be possible. I would imagine that we won't see any incomings confirmed until... Oh, no, actually, no. I think Nicholas Jackson could be confirmed before July. But yeah, look, I think the main incomings, the big money incomings, it could be July potentially, just maybe because of a new financial year. That could be a possibility. Brighton going to absolutely shank whoever wants Caicedo. No, because I think there's an agreement in place. He's got a gentleman's agreement in place with De Zerbi and with Tony Bloom, the owner. So yeah, it just depends on what fee Brighton are looking for. But I think a deal could be done for around £80 million. So let's wait and see. What's that? If we miss out on Caicedo, we're in a real mess. Arsenal, the only thing that Arsenal are more attractive just for Champions League football. But, you know, Chelsea aren't going to be out of Champions League football for a long time, that's for sure. I don't like the state sponsor. We need a much better sponsor than that. Ultimately, we haven't really got much time. Money talks. It's 40 million for one season, potentially. So, yeah. Speak slower. All right. Sorry, mate. I will speak slower. Chelsea will win another Champions League before Arsenal. Yeah, agreed on that front. Arsenal already said they are not interested in Caicedo, so the player won't change his mind. Hopefully not. Yeah, I've seen pictures of this as well. I don't really know why they're protesting Bowley's involvement in the club. It's going to be a massive benefit for them. So I'm not really sure what the issue is. Newcastle are going to cook next season. Top four might not be that easy. No, it absolutely won't be. Newcastle are here to stay, but luckily it's top five. So that's going to work out for us a little bit better, I would imagine. So top five could really help us out on that front. People forget that Arsenal already blew half the budget on Havertz. They don't have much weight to throw around except Champions League. Agreed on that. Could UCL qualification change Caicedo's mind? No, I don't think so. I'm thrilled to bits. We get to ship out a turncoat and Mount and get Kudos or Szoboszlai or Maddison. I'll be honest, mate, we're not going to get any of those three, I wouldn't have thought. Any would be an upgrade on Mount since the 21 CL win. Yeah, yeah, look, ultimately, let's wait and see what happens. But I can't see us getting Kudos, Szoboszlai or Maddison. I'd imagine that we get Gabri Veiga from Celta Vigo, if anyone. But yeah, basically, to kind of close out that section on the multi-club model, Chelsea have acquired Strasbourg. So let's wait and see how that pans out, what happens. It'll be interesting to see. Let's wait and see who ends up going on loan there. Maybe it's Caicedo. Maybe it's Andre Santos going on loan there. Yeah, but also has barely played football for a year or so since he's moved from Ajax to Bayern Munich. So, yeah, again, Gravenberch is a talented boy, but I don't think we're looking at him. Aubameyang, Pulisic, Sterling, Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, save only one and why? Sterling, because I think he's still got a lot to offer despite how shit he's been. Caicedo knows that he was a second choice to Arsenal. Big favour on our side. Yeah, massive favour on our side for sure. Can you explain how United are going to bid for Rice and cannot even get Mount? I'm not seeing anything that saying that Man United are going to bid for Declan Rice. I can't see that happening at all. So yeah, I don't think there's anything to explain really on that front. But yeah, multi-club medal is in place, guys. Have you got any more news about a proper number 9 next? No, I don't. Let's be real. Getting UCL isn't that hard. Choosing a club just because of UCL is pretty dumb. Yeah, exactly. And ultimately, people saying, oh, there's cheaper alternatives out there. We need a top-class midfield player. We can't be taking shortcuts and trying to, you know, save a few million here or there. Ultimately, if you want the top players, you've got to pay the top money. We need top players in midfield. Caicedo is a top player. And you're going to have to pay big money for that. So we're just going to have to get the wallet out and put the money on the table and just sign this guy. Because at 21 years of age, you're looking at him and Enzo in a pivot in a 4-2-3-1 under Pochettino. And, you know, that could be a midfield for the next 10 years if they decide to stay that long. So you can't be cutting corners trying to get cheap deals for top players because it doesn't work. If we lose Caicedo, I'd be devastated. Bro, yeah, I'd be pretty gutted if that does happen, but let's not think about that right now. We're still quite away from that. Chelsea fanatic, big up. If this news about Mount is true, it's like someone's wife or girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could put it like that, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. It's pretty tough to take, but ultimately, no one's bigger than the club. It is what it is. We'll move on. He'll move on. Chelsea existed before Mount. It existed with Mount, and it will exist long after Mount. So, yeah, that's the way it is. Vega passing stats aren't really good to the eye. Yeah, but he's 21 years of age. He can certainly be developed. That's for sure. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. UCL won't change his mind because his wages aren't great at Brighton. Yeah, we'll definitely get bigger wages at Chelsea. Leandro Paredes, Calvin Phillips, etc. The list goes on. Yeah, but bro, these aren't going to transform our midfield. Enzo signed. What else have we got here? It worries me. No other link, no links on other DMs. We need 2. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Try to get that Germany won't be easy, but they just signed Bellingham, and surely they'll be open to selling for big money to fund the move for Mbappe. No, but what you got to think about is that like Madrid's succession planning in midfield is phenomenal. So obviously they had Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, Valverde. Casemiro's gone. They brought Tchouaméni in. So they got Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, and Bellingham, right, as their four midfielders. Now they got Kroos and Modric, who are aging, probably one more year in them. Tchouaméni's going to have a big role to play at Real Madrid. So yeah, respectfully, bro, it's not going to happen. I can't believe Mason. No, I'm surprised as well. I'm surprised. Deals, big up my guy. This Strasbourg news is great news for our academy players for the future to be loaned out. Absolutely. 55 million max Mount done deal. Next one, Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani is going to cost a lot of money as well. I'm not sure how strong the links are. Yeah, great song that. Great song. Yeah. Calvin Phillips, kind of a mad one. I'm not sure why I'm seeing Calvin Phillips suggestions in the chat, but it is what it is. Here we are. Kolo Muani, Mason Mount, Hoyland in. We want it. Yeah, it would be nice. Weren't we supposed to be getting a striker like Martinez? Yep, that could still possibly happen. I don't know. Do you think we can trade Lukaku for Barella? No. I like Barella. I think he's a good player, but we're not, this idea that we can just do a straight player-for-player swap is kind of a little bit fantasy. It just isn't going to happen, people. It's just not going to happen. People are falling into a trap. We don't need to sign more. We need to develop what we have. We do need more, but we also need to develop what we have. Absolutely agree on that. Decent club. Strasbourg have quite a big history and created a year after us in 1906. Great news. A great place to develop players across the channel. Yeah, I think it's exciting times for sure. There's no two ways about it. From an academy graduate to joining Manchester United, it really hurt us to see him leave us. Yeah, it would be a tough one, but ultimately, as I said, life goes on, the club goes on, and it is what it is. There's not really much that we can do about it. Look, he's not so good. I like Kolo Muani. Young, versatile, can play through the middle, can play wide as well. And look, he looks like a really good player. But Frankfurt are going to be demanding big money for him. So I just don't know if he's necessarily the right answer. But I guess there is only really one way to find out if he's the right answer or not. Is by signing him. But I'd be surprised if we ended up with Kolo Muani. I don't think we will, and that's my honest answer on that one. Inter Milan wants lots of money for Martinez. I don't think an asking price has actually been set for Martinez yet. By the way, guys, 70 of you locked in over on my channel, only 31 likes. Guys, that's poor Chelsea levels of conversion, that is. We need to get this up, people. So smash the likes on my channel and on both channels as well, by the way, over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Get those likes up, people. But yeah, my channel, 70 of us locked in, only 31 likes. Let's get the likes up, guys. At least a 50 likes minimum, people. So keep smashing that like button, hover over the thumb. It massively helps me out. It's free. It takes seconds. So yeah, please do help me out with those likes, guys. It spreads the stream and it helps more people to tune in. So let's get this up to 50 likes, guys, at the moment. So 30 likes. Locked in. Let's get it to 50 likes, people. What have we got here? Use Braille. We are going to use Braille. We will use him. Look at players with at least 2 to 3 seasons worth of consistency. These one-season wonders are our bane. I don't think Caicedo is a one-season wonder, but I agree he's not got much experience. Less than 50 games for Brighton. What Vivell's main job at the moment? Do you think he's scouting a few players for us? Do you think it's Lawrence Stewart and Paul? I think Winstanley and Stewart are doing most of the negotiating. I think Vivell's doing more of the data stuff. Do you think Julian Alvarez is happy to sit at the bench at City? Look, Alvarez has signed a new contract to City. I think he's perfectly happy there. Chelsea are never going to get Alvarez on loan. It's just an absolute no-goer. Kolo Muani is just a young striker that was given game time. He's very good, but watch Jackson or Fofana be just as good given the time. I also think watch Daktro Fofana on loan to Strasbourg. I think that could happen pretty quickly. Do you think Jackson can get 15 plus goals? If we're talking in all competitions, maybe. Let's wait and see on that front. Let's not put too much pressure on him. But yeah, if he develops well, I think there's no reason why he can't at least get maybe 10 goals next season. Andre Santos, is he good enough for the first team or should he go on loan? Fofana, not good enough for the first team yet. Definitely will go on loan. Andre Santos will be assessed in pre-season like Cesare Caicedo and Carney Chukwuemeka, and then a decision will be taken as to what is going to be done with them. We ready to seal deal 55 million. I'll take 55 million. 4-letter words. Snake. That's 5. I don't know what 4-letter word you're referring to. Big up. Did you see the protest I had in France because of the takeover? Yeah, I've seen some pictures of it on Twitter. Alvarez staying for Pep's daughter. I thought that was Dele Alli, or is that's been now, isn't it? Alvarez staying for Pep's daughter. Is that true? What do you guys think of Pochettino? Top manager. Excited to see what work he can do. Manchester United, Muani, Mason Mount in. I don't think United will get Kolo Muani. I think they're more likely to get Rasmus Højlund. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, let's move off the multi-club model now. It's going to be exciting to see what happens on that front. So, yeah, exciting times. We've reached an agreement to become new shareholders of Liga, signed Strasbourg. So let's wait and see what happens there, people. But yeah, we're going to move away from that now. By the way, guys, I've not told you yet. Please make sure you subscribe to both channels as well. I will pop the link to both channels in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to both of them, people. Show some love to myself. Show some love to Chelsea Fan TV. And let's get the subscribers up, people. Let's get the subscribers up. So my link is now in the chat, and I'm just going to pop Chelsea Fan TV link in the chat as well. Make sure you show both channels some love, people. It's greatly appreciated by myself and obviously by all the team at Chelsea Fan TV as well. Let's get these likes up. Let's smash the subscribe button, guys. Absolutely. Get these subscribers up, people. Subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already. It's greatly appreciated. Right, let's move on then. We might as well talk about it. I know we've touched on it briefly already, but let's talk about where is it? Declan Rice at the moment. So obviously Manchester City have decided to bid for Declan Rice after calling West Ham last Friday. Man City also checks on the players' side. Understand Rice is open to any move, so deal depends on the clubs now. Arsenal planning to bid again since last week. So it's clear that, you know, Rice would be happy to join Arsenal, but he'd also be happy to join Manchester City. So while I'm bringing this up is because it looks like we are going to have to get a move on with Moises Caicedo, as we've been saying. We don't want to take any chances with Arsenal coming back into the race for him, having ruled themselves out. We don't want to take any chances of them coming back into the mix. So, you know, we need to move quickly. And I think, you know, if Chelsea were slightly sleeping on this, if they were, then they're going to be fully awake now. They're going to be fully awake now because, you know, Arsenal could be coming back into the race for him. So let's wait and see what happens on that. But, you know, in terms of other midfielders, guys, I mean, there doesn't really seem to be too much information on them. Let me just get to a few more bits in the chat. Really excited about Nico Jackson with Nkunku playing off him with Wake and Chukwuemeka. Our attack's going to be insane. Well, it can't be any worse than it was last season. Let's hope it does improve. Mason, so disappointed to see his true colours. Agreed. Why does everyone think Mason Mount is so good? I think he's a good player. He's not some sort of world beater. Has anyone else listened to Johnny Mineral's rant on saying we're stupid for letting Kai go because now he's going to go and be an asset against us? Yeah, I tend not to tune into that delusional content. But yeah, according to the Know-It-All Scott on Carefree Lewis channel, Jackson and Bray are enough for next season, and we don't need anyone else in that position. No, I wouldn't agree with that. Minerals is mid. Wait, more than mid. Called it. This will happen. Declan Rice to Man City nailed on. Now, I would almost say it is. Diassi. Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, there's been reports of him. Man United are interested in Diassi at Monaco as well. Again, I think Chelsea could potentially make a move. If Trevor Chalobah were to leave, then I could see Chelsea going in for Diassi. But again, at the same time, what's the point in selling Chalobah to bring in another centre-back? We might as well keep him unless he desperately wants to leave, which I don't get the feeling he does. To sweeten the deal for Mount, United can have Chilwell. Absolutely not. What position will Nkunku play? Our plans to play him as a number 10. Absolutely to play him as a number 10. Would you say Pochettino is building a team? Who would you say Pochettino is building the team around? Enzo Fernandez, Nkunku. Yeah, those would be the two at the moment. Enzo Fernandez and Nkunku. When we get a new goalkeeper, and if we do, let's wait and see what happens. Bro, Calvin Phillips is not good enough for Chelsea. Calvin Phillips is not going to move, is not going to transform the midfield. We need the midfield to be transformed, and Calvin Phillips is not that guy. Absolutely no way is he that guy. I think make money off Mount is good business. We paid nothing for him. Yeah, true. Strong vibes that Arsenal won't be getting Caicedo or Rice. Just why do I feel this? Probably because we desperately want it to happen. But yeah, look, I think once Man City are involved, then it's a no-brainer. You go to Man City. You know, he'll play quite a lot, I would imagine. He'll play quite a lot. And that's kind of the most important thing, really. And he's going to win the big trophy. So let's wait and see what happens on the Rice front. Obviously, I'm gutted that we're not really going to get him at Chelsea, but it is what it is. But yeah, as long as he doesn't go to Arsenal, if he goes to City, fair play to him. He's going to win the big trophies. Play with some world-class players. Play under the best manager in the world. So yeah, and if it means that we can mud Arsenal some more, I'm here for it. But we absolutely have to get a move on with Caicedo. You see the wage structure change. Do you see the positives on it and negatives on it? Because when we're going in for players, do you think depending which player it is, they don't like the wages we offer? Potentially, I think when you're going for the big players, it could make a difference. But I think more than wages, lack of Champions League when you're going for the top players makes a bigger difference. Caicedo deal, what's happening? Not too much right now. No real updates on that. Chelsea snake list: Courtois, Lukaku, Mount, Havertz. I don't really know. Between Courtois and Lukaku, I'd imagine. We're light on right wing. Who's going to back up Noni? Well, I think Sterling, and then left wing. I guess Mudryk will be left wing, and then you've obviously got Jackson who can play down the left as well. So maybe that's the thinking there. Calvin Phillips, no thanks. Agreed. For goalkeeper, we should probably get Emiliano Martinez. Yeah, it's not as simple as that though. Trying to get Caicedo in next year's FFP calculation. Yeah, quite possibly. Colin will definitely improve Chelsea. Was someone tuning in from Athens and I missed it? Oh, wait, big up from Athens. What else have we got going on here? Let me just get down. Trigger Gallagher's clause and get rid. Gallagher's not got a clause. Produce a vid with starting 11 and bench. Yeah, we'll do it at some point. I'm confused. Is John Stones a CDM now? But isn't... No, so basically Pep have been playing Stones in midfield, but if you sign Declan Rice, you drop Stones back into centre-back, you play Rice and Rodri as the DMs with Kevin De Bruyne ahead of them. And then you've got Grealish, Haaland and Bernardo or whoever it is. Yep, Silva's still at Chelsea. What do you think of Nicholas Jackson? I was following him in the Spanish league. The kid's on fire. Yeah, look, I don't know an awful lot about him, but I think it'll be a decent signing. I'm excited to see how he does, but yeah, we just can't afford to put too much pressure on him. That's kind of the reality. But I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see how he does. Do you think Cucurella will stay? Because Nazar mentioned him in the article about his future. Yeah, I'd expect him to stay. I don't see how Chelsea get an acceptable offer, and I don't get the feeling that Cucurella wants to leave one season after arriving. We're all going to try and sell him. Yeah, we will try and sell him. Maddison, 19 goal and assist in 32 appearances. Yeah, no, he did well last season. He's a good player. With all these new players coming in, can we at least finish top 3? No, I wouldn't have thought so. United will go to Caicedo if they fail with Mount, according to Steinberg. Yeah, maybe, although Mount and Caicedo are totally different players. What will happen with Pulisic? Interest from Serie A, but let's wait and see on that. What else have we got here? Tchouaméni can be the key. Can we get him? No, we can't get him. Lautaro screams flop. Let's see. They sold Rice and want to repurchase him for triple price. No, they didn't sell Rice. Rice left the academy when he was 14, so 10 years ago. When, so that's nothing to do with the boards. He left 10 years ago, and that's kind of and that's the reality of the situation at this point in time. Any news on Callum Hudson-Odoi? No. Just interest from a couple of Saudi clubs, and then that was it. So yeah, no real update on him. What about Gusto? Yeah, excited to see him. Think he'll be really good for us. Because of Lawrence Stewart, recent time at Monaco, Benoit and French connection we have at our club. It makes sense. We're linked. Axel Diassi, I think, is more likely than Tchouaméni. Why would Rice want to go to Arsenal? I don't really know why. Hudson-Odoi is done at Chelsea. Yeah, Hudson-Odoi will obviously be leaving the club. But let's wait and see what happens with him. I mean, there's a very, very outside chance that he could potentially be a backup winger, but I'd find that very unlikely because he would have to be offered a new and he'd have to be offered a new contract. And I personally cannot see that happening in my opinion. So yeah, I think Callum will go. I don't know where, but he will go. But yeah, we need to get a move on with the Caicedo deal. That's absolutely clear. We have to get our skates on that one, because we're not there. Like, we don't want Arsenal coming back into the race and enticing a bidding war and giving Caicedo a potential decision to make. So yeah, we must move on. We must move quickly, move fast, and let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens, because it's certainly going to be interesting. But I'm confident that we can get him. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a nervy wait, and it's going to be even more nervy if Man City progress further with the Rice stuff. So let's wait and see what happens on that front, people. But yeah, no real updates on Caicedo other than what we already know, really. Yeah, I think it looks that way. Who are you most excited about in pre-season? Nkunku, Madueke, Mudryk, some of the younger midfielders as well. Let's wait and see. What position will Lewis Hall play next season? I wouldn't be surprised if he went out on loan potentially. No, I don't think it does. Lewis Hall better than Cucurella, in my opinion. I would say no. Based on last season, yes, but not overall. I don't even know what position Gusto is, right wing back or right back. Do you think Poch will change formation? Yeah, we're going to go 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. I would imagine. But yeah, it's certainly exciting times ahead. No two ways about it. Definite exciting times ahead for all involved at the club. By the way, people, keep getting the likes up. My channel needs 6 more likes for 50 people. So if you're locked in on my channel, there's 74 of you locked in. Let's smash the likes. Let's get it up to 60, guys. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and make sure you smash the likes over on Chelsea Fan TV and subscribe there as well. But people, let's get these likes up, guys. It doesn't take long. It's free. It takes seconds, and it massively helps out both channels more than you could realize. Let's get my channel to 50 likes. Let's try and get to Chelsea TV well over 100 likes if we can, people. But yeah, smash the likes. It takes seconds, and it helps you out more. Helps me out more than you could imagine. Let's get these likes up, people. Do you reckon we have dropped interest in Lavia? No, I don't think we have. Lewis Hall can play. No, again, but it just depends on a pathway and what minutes there's going to be for him available. Because ultimately, he will be behind Cucurella, will be behind Chilwell. So he'll be third choice at left back. Is there a position for him in midfield? I'm not so sure there is. So maybe a loan move would be beneficial. Maybe we see him at Strasbourg. Maybe he can get a Premier League loan, Championship loan. Let's wait and see. He actually hasn't been on. He hasn't actually been on a loan. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. Chelsea need to put in the Caicedo bid tomorrow. Let's wait and see. Do you reckon we have dropped it? No, I've done that. I prefer that we use the young midfielders over signing non-stop. We do need to sign midfielders, though. I agree, but we do need to sign midfielders. Sterling can hit the door. Yeah, not a massive fan of Sterling, but he'll get another chance. Chelsea needs to put in the Caicedo bid tomorrow. Let's hope so. Blade Master, big up. Hello, mate. Yeah, anyway, let's move away from this midfield situation, because not seen enough of Lavia. What position in midfield is he? A 6. Let's see what else is popping off at the moment. Oh, might as well get into it. We have had the apology, or not the apology, but, you know, we can finally put to bed that conspiracy theory that has been that's been peddled for a while, for the last few days. The Premier League sought written assurances that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund was not part of Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital's takeover of Chelsea. However, despite rival clubs privately expressing concern over the Saudi Pro League's sudden interest in a host of Chelsea players, England's top tier is understood to be entirely satisfied. There are no conflict of interest issues. And that is that. Simple as that. We can put that to bed. All those rival fans crying, we're cheating, conspiracy theories, all this and that. You man can go, go get your heads down, go dry those tears up. So yeah, as we all knew, as we all expected, and it's a shame that this had to be cleared up, because how quickly a fan conspiracy theory, when you get people like Neville and Carragher spreading nonsense, that it had to come to this. We just, as I've said many times on the stream, we just happened to get very lucky and hit the jackpot with having players that we needed to get rid of, players that were available, and players that, were Muslim and, Saudi looking to invest, grow their league. And we just happen to be in a jackpot situation. Great business from Todd, getting the wages off the bill, and also, moving players on as well, trimming the squad down. So, and we've received no overinflated transfer fees or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm glad that's been put to bed, but it should never have even had to have got to that because of just the nonsense conspiracy theories that were being peddled at this point in time. Jealous that they don't want their deadwood players. I mean, if Man United were looking to get rid of players, I don't know who they're looking to get rid of. Maguire. If Maguire went to Saudi Arabia, I don't think Neville would be saying anything. So it's so hypocritical on so many levels. So yeah, it's just jealousy at the end of the day. Jealous because we've got sellable assets and they're wanted by teams in Saudi Arabia. So let's put that to bed now. That can finally be put to bed, and rightfully so as well. Rightfully so as well. Fabrizio said last week that this week we would be submitting a bid for Caicedo. So it's going to have to be tomorrow or over the weekend. Otherwise, I don't really know what we're playing. I don't really understand why a bid's not gone in. Like, I'm not a transfer expert in terms of the finances and how things work, but surely, what work are we doing around the deal? Surely a bid needs to go in. What else do we need to check out? I mean, we've agreed personal terms pretty much. We've got player buy-in. I'm not really sure what else we're waiting to kind of sort out before we look to go and put a bid in. I'm a little bit unsure on that front and on that situation. Interesting. But yeah, I'm glad that's been put to bed. We weren't cheating. All these conspiracy theories that are being peddled, rival fans crying. Finally, that's all been put to bed and we can stop with this nonsense. What else have we got in the chat? Jealousy of the highest level. Good to be back like this for us after last season. Absolutely. The Saudi have taken over golf and boxing and now looking to take over football. Let's wait and see what happens. Umona, I don't really know what that means. Saudi Arabia are not going to want Phil Jones or Ainsley Maitland-Niles. No, exactly. Utter nonsense. Hudson deserves better than the Saudi league. It's a joke league, and the Saudis are trying to make it big by signing top players. Let's wait and see what happens and how it plays out over the next few years. But yeah, Hudson is better than the Saudi league for sure. Topo is a genius businessman. Hopefully will be a great owner in the near future. Yeah, I hope so as well, mate. I think he will be. I don't see any reason why not. I'm confident that he will be. So yeah. And again, great. He's great at forming business relationships. That meeting over in Saudi has proved to be very, very useful. No two ways about it. It's proved to be very useful. So we've got to be very grateful for that. Yazzie Lento, I can't understand that. I'm sorry, mate. Maybe waiting for FFP to pass to the next year. It's a possibility. How does multi-club thing work? What if we have to play Strasbourg in Europe? I don't know what the rules are on that, but I think the likelihood of Strasbourg getting in the Champions League is slim. But I don't know what would happen if we were both in the Champions League and we drew each other. That's the reality of the situation. I'm not sure what would happen, but I'm sure everything relevant has been done. Vlahovic, yeah, maybe. We are waiting a long time to sign people. No, we're not waiting a long time. These things take time. I think now that most of the outgoings or a lot of the outgoings are done, or the major outgoings are done, you'll see a lot more focus on incomings now. So yeah, that's obviously a positive for sure. What else have we got going on here? Yeah, I'm not sure on Vlahovic. I'm really not. I'd probably prefer him just over Lautaro Martinez, but ultimately it's whatever Pochettino wants. If Poch wants Martinez and he feels he can make it work, let's go and get him Martinez. Up the Gunners. Nah, mate, thank you for £65 million. You bought Kai Havertz, we bought a football club. Levels to the game. Mbappe needs to stop flirting around and join us. He's not going to join us, mate. No chance. Is Vlahovic very realistic? I think it's realistic, potentially, and reasonable. It depends on what fee's being asked for. That's what it's going to come down to. Like it always does, it's going to depend on fees. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, we haven't had much news on that. But I think once the money comes in, once these deals are closed out and done, then we will start to see big movement in the incomes. I think most of this week has been about outgoings and getting outgoings done. But then I think with incomings, we can certainly start to see more of that, I think, over the weekend and towards next week, I think, is when is when it's going to happen. But yeah, that would just be a hunch. That would be a hunch for me. Karma, Mbappe. We're not going to get Mbappe. Goalkeeper, only one. I'd take Onana or Menyan, but realistically, Onana. Is there any Caicedo news and should we panic? No update on Caicedo. No, I don't think we should panic yet either. No chance. I think Vlahovic is going to Bayern. Yeah, there is interest on Bayern as well, potentially. Send Bodie to Paris, let him cook. Yeah, I mean, if you send Bodie to Paris, I mean, it might work well, but ultimately we know that Mbappe only wants one thing, and that's Real Madrid. What about Osimhen? Again, it's going to take a massive amount of money. We're talking 120, 130 million euros to get him. Ultimately, would he come to us with no Champions League? I'm not sure. How much do you want to play in the Premier League? These are all questions that we don't have the answers to, unfortunately. Yeah, of course it is. Vlahovic on loan with an option to buy, that would be good. But I can't see that happening. Osimhen, maybe. Why Armando Broja not being given enough opportunities? Broja is part of the plans for next season. Again, he's going to be assessed in pre-season, and then we'll go from there. But absolutely, Broja, signed a new 6-year contract. He's part of the plans. Pochettino is looking forward to working with him. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are with Broja. He will get an opportunity next season. I don't think he'll be first choice. Maybe he'll be second choice. But yeah, absolutely, there will certainly be opportunities there for Armando Broja next season. That's for sure. People, let's get this up to 60 likes on my channel now. We're on 51, 9 more likes. If you're locked in now and you haven't smashed the like button on my channel, make sure you do. Let's get this up to 60 likes, people. You've been doing a good job so far, but we can do better. So keep hovering over that thumb button. Smash a like if you're locked in now and you haven't done so. It massively helps me out, spreads the stream to more people, gets more people tuning in. So please do hover over that like button and give it a click. Let's get this to 60 likes and also do exactly the same over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Let's get these likes up, guys. 60 on my channel and 100 and beyond on Chelsea Fan TV, guys. That needs to be done. Make sure you also subscribe to both channels as well, people. I'm going to pop the link for Chelsea Fan TV in the chat. Make sure you go and show us some love over there. And make sure you show me some love as well, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. So let's subscribe to both channels. Links are in the chat now. So go and do your thing, people. Show some love to both channels and smash the likes on the stream. It is greatly appreciated. We should buy a Dutch club, in my opinion, or a German club. They're very good historically at developing world-class talents. Yeah, look, I think we're just getting the wheels in motion first. We've got the first one on the board now, and then we can look to add more as we do. Panic buys are blockbusters in the final week of the window. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing much business in the final week of the window. Mitrovic, yeah, ultimately, I don't really think he's good enough. Will we have Gallagher for next season? Maybe, but I think if a suitable offer came in, then we would definitely accept it. Yeah, Felix is not happening. Premier League is a huge draw for foreign players. Absolutely is. João Palhinha is a good player too at Fulham. Yeah, but there's been no links with him to Chelsea. So, yeah, I'd expect him. I don't think that will happen. Aubameyang to join Messi in Miami. Maybe. There could be an option for Aubameyang to go to MLS, possibly. Ultimately, I think he'll probably end up in Saudi, though. That's the reality for me. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Let's wait and see on that front. What else have we got going on in the chat, people? Still got to get rid of Cho, Lukaku, Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, Aspie, Pulisic, Ampadu, Chalobah, Aubameyang. There's a few more to get rid of. Put pen to paper for Osimhen and show him around Cobb and Bowley. I mean, it's not as simple as that. Do you think Pochettino will do a press conference on the 1st of July? Yeah, I quite possibly. Great work. Appreciate it. Chelsea versus Wrexham prediction. It's pre-season. Impossible to tell. Let's go 3-0. Let's go 3-1 Chelsea or something like that. Who will be in centre? Caicedo, I'd imagine, but I hope we get Lavia as well. Hall, do you think he can play in the first team all the time? Possibly. But again, I'm not sure for certain. But I think he could. I don't see any reason why he couldn't, but I think a loan deal probably going to be more preferable for him to go and play every week because he won't get that at Chelsea. Adeyemi, not going to happen. French football producing the best young talents for some time now. Yeah, like the talent coming out of France is unreal. You only have to look at the bench today for them in the under 21 Euros. They've got Rayan Cherki on the bench, Simican, Elise, Enzo Lefebvre. Like France's gold. You think France are good? Their golden generation is coming now. You know, they're going to be a serious outfit in years to come. But yeah, the French golden generation is absolutely coming. There's no two ways about it. Strasbourg have only played one English club in Europe and they beat Liverpool 3-2 on aggregate. Big club with potential. Yeah, that's exactly it, mate. Mitrovic is better than Broja. Yeah, he probably is. But I think in terms of, you know, the development and the potential we've got with Broja, you know, he will stay. And if we're going to sign anyone, it'll be more of a first choice, more of a proven player, I would say. But let's wait and see. Maybe Poch thinks Santos and Caicedo can do the DM job. Just thinking why Caicedo news got so quiet. I don't think there's any updates. I think we're just doing some due diligence behind the scenes and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, Santos could certainly be an option for sure. Caicedo is more of a number 8, more of a goal scorer midfielder. But yeah. You know, there could be options for both of them in the middle of the park. Let's wait and see. Target for next season. We have to get back in the Champions League. So anywhere in the top 5, I think, is the target. What's the best way to get home tickets apart from Chelsea website as I'm not a member? You need to become a member, basically. You need to become a member to have any decent chance of getting tickets. It's kind of as simple as that, really. Imagine City take Rice off Arsenal as well. Yeah, I would love that. It would be peak for them. We have a depth issue in midfield yet, which is why we need to sign some more players. Fulham want 90 million for Polinia. They won't get 90 million. Man City have a buyback clause in Levia's contract. No, they haven't bothered activating it because it's not active until 2024. And it's around 42 million pounds, I believe. What else have we got here? Are you looking forward to first game of the season? Absolutely. Thoughts on the Paramount ban? Don't really understand it myself. If the rules state that it's not allowed, then fair enough. And we've obviously not done our due diligence properly on it. But at the same time, yeah, it's not. Look, it's a shame, but you can understand why we're now scrambling around and we might have to go for stake, given that that's been blocked. Potentially to Inter Milan, but again, no real concrete updates on that at the moment. Let's wait and see what happens on that front, people. What else have we got here? The goalkeeper position is concerning. Martinez is an option, but again, I don't know how much money he'd be. We sold Havertz for 65 million, purchased Strasbourg for 65. Fastest action and reaction. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same money, but yeah, kind of mad that Arsenal bought Havertz and we bought a whole club for that money. Absolutely no idea, mate. I imagine plans will start to be drawn up at some point soon, but in terms of when any building and construction work might happen, your guess is as good as mine. There's no real timeline to this. What's your ideal front four, including a centre cam? I'd go Mudryk and Nkunku in the 10, Madueke, and then Jackson at this point in time up front. But if we sign someone else, then it'll probably be them. But that would be my ideal. Your realistic goalkeeper target to rival Kepa. We're looking to rival Kepa, maybe Mamaraashvili at Valencia. But in terms of talking of a new number one, then absolutely I'd be looking at someone like a Nana or Mike Maignan. But I know that Mike Maignan not going to happen. But someone like Andre Nana would be a huge plus. No two ways about it. Would definitely be a huge plus for sure. What else have we got going on here? Yeah, I mean, let me check what other news is currently happening at this point in time, guys. By the way, also, if you've got any questions as well, put them in the chat. It doesn't have to be necessarily transfer related. Any questions about Chelsea you've got at the moment? As I was saying, the Saudi Pro League transfers, Koulibaly to Al Ahly will be finalised tomorrow. Mendy's deal to Al Hilal will be finalised on Monday, and Hakim Ziyech to Al Nassr is fully done. So that's kind of the update on the Saudi stuff. But yeah, people, if you've got any questions, bang them in the chat. And I will rattle through some of them before rounding this one out. What have we got here? Done that. Do you think Kepa would do good? I have major doubts his long shots to set. Look, I think if we had to use him again for another season, I don't think it would be a total disaster. That's my thoughts on it. Yes, we need to upgrade that goalkeeper position, but ultimately it's not going to be a huge issue if we have to use him for one more season. I'd rather use him for one more season than panic buy a goalkeeper for the sake of it. How do you feel if Havertz scored winner against Chelsea? It's kind of bound to happen, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I think ultimately, I don't think Rice wants to join Chelsea. I think that Chelsea, the board and stuff, maybe see better value in other players potentially. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame because realistically, we probably should have been able to get Declan Rice, but it's for whatever reason, it's not been able to happen, which is a shame. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we get Moises Caicedo, which would be just as good in my opinion. I would prefer Rice, but ultimately, yeah, it is what it is. As long as we get one of Rice or Caicedo, I'll be happy. Do you like 4-4-2 animation? 4-4-2's animations? I don't know what they are. I still think we would go for Onana and Maignan late in the window. Possibly. Some of the members knew each other before the group was formed. Bradley and Brown both attended Bexley Grammar School in London. I don't know I'm not sure what you're referring to there. If Kepa starts next season as number 1, we ain't finishing higher than 5th. I disagree on that. Where would we play if we're not at Stamford Bridge? No, again, I'm not too sure on that. I'm not too sure. My front 4 would be Maddison and Kunku, Madueke, Mudryk. Not Mudryk, Mitrovic. I wish we got Leao. Would have been good, but we've got different players in. Kepa or Sterling, best dinosaur post. Sterling with his run or Kepa unfortunate short reach. Fair enough. Do you think in 2 to 3 years' time we'll get Habib Diarra, 19 from Strasbourg? I know United wanted him for a bargain, 9 million. Maybe. I've never heard of him before, but maybe. Any update on players we're linked to? No, not really any update on incomings at all, actually, which is a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, no real update on incomings today. Should we look at Raya next season? No, I don't think so. Not for me. I'm deeply heartbroken by Mount, even though I somewhat understand motives behind his actions, not necessarily money. I'm still gutted. Yeah, I'm surprised that Mount doesn't want to be at Chelsea. I am surprised. That has taken me by surprise. That's for sure. Let's wait and see on that. But yeah, I am surprised. I'm surprised, but ultimately, it is what it is. As I said at the start of the stream, no one's bigger than the club. So yeah, that's it. Excited for the upcoming news tomorrow. Yeah, potentially. I know we had loads of news 2 days ago, and then yesterday, should I say, and then today, not as much news. Maybe tomorrow, end of the week, that could bring us some more news. Let's wait and see. Kepa has a good save rate, and I feel he hasn't hit his potential. He can be used as a second sub if we want to challenge teams like United, Spurs, and Arsenal. We need a world-class number 1. We absolutely need a world-class number 1. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. I think we've let Mount down. I don't think we have let Mount down. I'm not really sure what the situation is. Who's better, Mount or Maddison? I think Mount on top form, I'd probably say maybe better, but I'm a massive fan of James Maddison. I don't think there's an awful lot between the two of them. Keep loan or sell Hudson. Do I think we have to sell? Forget about doing business with Brighton. It's all bad memories from them. No, we need to get Caicedo. Caicedo is our top target. Mount, not so proper Chelsea. Chelsea basically raised his kid, and this is how he repays them. Yeah, it doesn't sit well. Man United may have allowed to keep his image rights, which was one of the rumoured issues with Mount re-signing. Yeah, but I can't imagine it was just solely down to image rights. Maybe it was. I don't really know, but clearly something sort of major has gone wrong for sure. No two ways. No two ways about it. Something has clearly gone quite wrong in the situation. But yeah, it's a shame it's going to come to it. But ultimately, it is what it is, and there's sort of not really anything that we can do about it. Any update on Loftus-Cheek? No update on Loftus-Cheek other than potentially Milan's still interested. Although with Tonali going to Newcastle, that might speed things up and see Ruben go to Milan as a replacement. I'm not sure. You feel we should keep Andres Santos on the first team next season? Possibly. Let's wait and see how he does in pre-season, then we can assess it from there. Maddison for 50 million, Mitrovic for 40 million, then Kunku and Madueke will give us a lethal attack. Yeah, quite possibly. Kepa is not a Chelsea number 1 goalkeeper. No, he's not. I agree on that front. Let's offer Mark Cucurella back for Moises Caicedo. I don't think they'd take that. What's your personal channel address, bro? I'll put the link in the chat for you now. So I'll put the link to my channel in the chat for anyone that would be kind enough to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Blade Master, that is the link to my channel in the chat now. It's there. Money Mace really pulled the money cards. Money over Royalty, he's dead to me. United won't get relegated, but yeah. Big up on the stream. Great work. What is the update of Cucurella? No update with Cucurella at all at this point in time. No update, people. No update. Do you think Manchester United is a good deal? Yeah, if we get £60 million for him, I think very good deal. Absolutely. Yeah, what's up, my guy? You good? We need to step up our chase for Caicedo. I think that's what we will be doing. I think Kepa will happily sit and play second fiddle. He's done it before and not kicked up a fuss. Too professional. Yeah, I think he could potentially sit and play second fiddle again, maybe. Let me see what else is going on, guys, before I look to round this one out, people. I don't think there's anything else that we need to go through at all. Let's just see if there's any more new deals. What else have we got going on here? Let's see if anything new has come down. No, it doesn't look like there is any new news that has come out yet, people, or anything new in the last few moments, other than everything that we have already covered. So yeah, people, as I said, any last minute questions in the chat, then get them in, guys, and I'll look to round this one out in the next 3 to 4 minutes. So if you've got any questions, make sure you get them in, guys. I think I've done that. Big up, my guy. Appreciate it. Great job in taking the questions. Much appreciated. No problem, mate. No problem. Agent Darko reported a while back that the Mountain Leeds, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, and Vega are options. I think Vega's the most likely out of those three. Can you please repeat the news about Chelsea getting another club? Yeah, basically, Chelsea have acquired Strasbourg in France in the French Liga. Yeah, and that's basically it. So they've bought close to 100% stake in Strasbourg. And now the multi-club model is up and running, so we'll be able to kind of send players on loan to Strasbourg, etc. Take some of those players if they're good enough and whatnot. So yeah, that's essentially the news on that. Expectations for Poch. I'd like to think we can get a domestic trophy next season, even if it's a League Cup, and we must get back into Champions League football. I'm a United fan. I hope you to be successful with this channel. Appreciate that, bro. Mount let himself down with the going got tough and he wants to jump off Chelsea. He dreamt of CR7 free kicks and clearly betrayal was set a long time ago. We'll build again for sure. Chris, appreciate that, my guy. Glad you enjoy. My expectation for Poch is top 4. We ain't in any other comps except the league top 4 or the sack. No, top 5 we can get Champions League. Now I'm on both channels. Keep the good job, bro. Appreciate it, my guy. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Agreed. Not sure about Vega. I like Vega. I think an exciting talent. We'll win the league. Don't care what anyone says. Fair enough. Great show. Appreciate it, bro. What would be the cost implications if we opted to rip up Lukaku's contract? No idea. You can come to some sort of mutual agreement, I'd imagine. But yeah, no idea what the cost implications would be. No idea. Mate, please fly me out for the opener next season. Mate, if I had that money, I would, but I don't. So that won't be happening, I'm afraid. Thanks so much, bro. Appreciate the stream and your fan cams. Can you do rap songs like Eminem? Can I do rap songs like Eminem? No, I can't. And I won't be attempting to do so, but I'm glad you enjoy the stream and the fan cams, bro. Big up, my guy. Appreciate it. I won't be doing any rapping, though, unfortunately. Yeah, people, I think this seems like a good point to round this one out, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. Appreciate each and every single one of you in the chat. It makes things a lot easier when I'm doing it on my own. So yeah, I massively appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in. Thank you for getting involved in the chat. People, make sure you smash the likes over on both channels, on my channel and Chelsea Fan TV as well. Guys, try and get my channel. If you're locked in on my channel, let's get it to 70 likes, 8 more likes. Let's bang this up to 70. People, smash the likes on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Make sure you subscribe to both channels as well, guys. Show us some love as we're on the journey and growing. It'd be great for you to become part of the community over on both channels. I'll put the link to my channel in the chat for the last time, and I'll put the link for Chelsea Fan TV in the chat as well. So make sure you smash the likes, guys. I can't stress it enough. It really helps me out. It's massively important, as is subscribing to both channels as well. Both channels are now in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Hopefully we'll get some more interesting news tomorrow, but Chelsea have acquired Strasbourg, which is the first step of the multi-club model. So yeah, big up everyone in the chat. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be back tomorrow with some more transfer news. Let's hope we get some more exciting news tomorrow. But yeah, take care. Thank you for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to both channels. Enjoy the rest of your evening. up the Chelsea, and peace out, guys.